Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. Tonight's 7th lesson is drawn from the Easy Enlightenment Meditation Manual, which is available for free download as a PDF that has been formatted to be read on your smartphone horizontally. Together, let us relaxingly recite. In these days of technological terrors, we can easily time our meditation using the stopwatch app on our smartphones. In days of yore, however, one might time one's meditation session by burning 1, 2, or 3 sticks of incense, one after the other. This method of crease counting, however, was inspired by the techniques practiced by many Bengalis. Those of us living in countries enduring a rise of fascism know that although cranky officials clad in polyester could confiscate, smartphones, mullahs, and rosaries alike will most always have our hands, and by extension will have this means of practicing crease counting. Those of us who have endured disabilities numerous and lifelong are drawn to the energy work of Taoism as well as Tantric Buddhism. Although we could influence our body's channels, winds, and drops, or nadi, prana, and bindu in Sanskrit, through visualization or invocation, the easiest and most therapeutic method is to use the finger gestures or mudra that are part and parcel of this practice of Bengali crease counting, consisting of the first pillar, inhalations or repetitions, the second pillar, sets, and the third pillar, collections. Beginning with the first pillar, over the span of 12 inhalations, the tip of our right thumb could touch the lowest, middling, and uppermost sets of creases upon our right little finger. Our thumb could then count likewise upon its ring, middle, and then index fingers. Continuing with the second pillar, we could count sets, as our left thumb tracks upon its 4 fingers 12 sets of creases. We set each set of 12 inhalations accumulated upon our right hand. That does not seem like really good wording. Let's try this again. Continuing with the second pillar, we could count sets. Okay, let's try this again. Of the repetitions, we counted on our right hand. Let's make sure this fits. And try it again. Continuing with the second pillar, we could count sets. Of the 12 repetitions, we counted on our right hand. So, in other words, first set, second set, first set, second set, third set, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th set, 12 inhalations each. To count 4 sets, our left thumb could touch the lowest set of creases upon our little ring, middle, and index fingers of our left hand. To count 8 sets, our left thumb could touch both the lowest and middling sets of creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. To count 12 sets, we could touch the lowest, middling, and uppermost sets of the creases upon the 4 fingers of our left hand. Typically, the 12 sets of 12 inhalations each will be our default. Finishing with the third pillar, we could gather 15 collections of our left hand's 4, 8, or 12 sets of our right hand's 12 inhalations. In a manner that gently, therapeutically, and sustainably influences our channels, winds, and drops. Upon the tip of our left little finger, we could rest our right little finger's first, second, or third knuckle palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the bladder region of our lower abdomen. Upon the tip of our left ring finger, we could rest our right ring finger's first, second, or third knuckle palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the navel region of our mid-abdomen. Upon the tip of our left middle finger, we could rest our right middle finger's first, second, or third knuckle palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the heart region of our chest. I'm going to do a quick edit. Please bear with me. On second thought, I think I will change that. Upon the tips of each of our left fingers, we could rest our right finger's first, second, or third knuckles palms up in our lap. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce where we at times feel a lump in our throat. Upon the tip of our left index finger, we could rest our right index finger's first, second, or third knuckle palms up in our lap, the author's personal favorite. Doing so could gently invite our real or imagined subtle energies to automatically coalesce at the crown region of our head. Although these actions might not bestow upon us the miraculous powers of a George Lucas fever dream. They could assist our body's practice of the Buddhas, mindfulness and meditation. I'll make sure that fits okay on the screen. Splendid. Having completed our opening lesson, we can now shift gears. It is General Leia Organa's Saturday evening. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Sende Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I could become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. For the remainder of this evening's live stream, we're going to rely upon this set of visual aids to meditate. And of course, this too is available for free download. Our brain can be said to have two aspects, yang and yin, patriarchy and matriarchy, surviving and thriving. When it comes to our survival, we have very dark, trenchant, no-nonsense instincts that can make us fleetingly rigid, fearful, superstitious, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. Now, occasionally, when these instincts rear their head, they can keep us alive. But if we get stuck in this mode, our life can be deeply dissatisfying. Far better it is to have the majority of our life and the majority of our mind described by being flexible, loving, rational, laid back, egalitarian, lucid, cooperative, and kind. We all start off in yang. Those of us who are fortunate get to access our yin nature or our Buddha nature. Sadly, 90% of us are stuck in our survival worldview, including meditation teachers. Therefore, it should come as little surprise that 90% of meditation teachers implore their students to actively focus on something or nothing and actively analyze. Overworking the dorsolateral and medial prefrontal cortex can cause us to present with symptoms of depression, as well as trigger our amygdala, the seat of both anxiety and aggression. Fortunately, neither our amygdala nor the prefrontal cortex constitute the entirety of our central nervous system. Consider, if you will, our autonomic nervous system, nicknamed our Buddha nature. Every time we inhale, we are already wired to automatically access the middle part of our spinal cord that doctors refer to as our sympathetic nervous system. This bad boy has evolved to help us to notice in a very special way, to help us to notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly all manner of phenomena, from the external to the internal, from the physical to the mental, from the pleasurable to the painful, from the interesting to the boring, from the glorious to the grotesque. We have evolved to notice mind's antics of sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like, including the full spectrum of human emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings. But what are we to do with all that which we have noticed? Every time we exhale, we have evolved to automatically access the tips of our spinal cord, which are kind of like bookends. Our formal term is our parasympathetic nervous system, and it has evolved to support our physical relaxation as well as our mental release to such a degree that that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, and less defining, at least until our next inhalation, and the cycle begins anew. All complex life forms on this planet have evolved to think symbolically. Perhaps that is why in every human culture there are figures of speech. For instance, or for example, as we relax into our exhalation, that which we noticed during our prior inhalation could fleetingly feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. What is a real-world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? How about the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which although could look tantalizing to the eye, feels non-graspable to the hand. The easiest way to practice the mindfulness, which is simply noticing mind's antics, is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this each time we feel our diaphragm pull in and down. The most efficient way for us to practice meditation, which is nothing other than relaxing into mind's ultimately non-graspable nature, is for us to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease each time we feel our diaphragm relax back up into its upright position as passively we exhale. So it's not our job to be active, our job to be laid back. We don't want to be like the Big Lebowski, we want to be like the dude. So just like we described during tonight's class, we can begin keeping track of our first collection of 12 sets of 12 inhalations by resting the first knuckle, the base of our right index finger, upon the tip of our left index finger, palms up in our lap. To keep track of the next 12 inhalations, we can use the tip of our right thumb to touch the 3 sets of creases on each of the 4 fingers of our right hand for a total of 12. On our left hand, we can touch the tip of our left thumb to the 3 sets of creases found on each finger of our left hand to keep track of 12 sets of 12 inhalations each. If you are prone to arthritis, you may wish to adjust your legs every 15 minutes or so. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. For I tend to check for questions about once every 5 minutes or so. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In about 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's morning meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.